gets her oats.
But did Doris really get her oats? We are going to be talking Let It Be, Beatles. The movie is coming out called Get Back. But what about the original? What's the drama behind it all? You're here with me. We're on Talking Wax, your ultimate vinyl talk show with the ultimate interviews with your favorite artist. But it's all here. Tonight, it's you and me. We're going to snuggle. We're going to listen to this fabulous record. We're going to listen to the 2021 mix. And we're going to chat live, whatever YouTube allows. But remember, before we go there, if it's your first time, subscribe, hit that bell to be reminded, and let everybody know that this is the place to be. It's Talking Wax. Bam.
Talking Wax.
Look at you guys. You're all here. Renee, Zandra, Laura G is here. Debbie Muller is here. She says Mark Slaughter. Is Mark Slaughter here? Well, bring him on down. He's a beautiful man. I love Mark Slaughter. And it's good to see everybody here tonight. Steve, good to see you too. All righty. You're rolling in. And if you see anybody you don't see, call them up, text them, tell them to get their little hiney here tonight. Ultimate band in the world is the Beatles, and we all know from everywhere you're going, you're hearing about it. Disney just put out a film, Let It Be, the Let It Be film, but they switched the name to Get Back. Now, originally, when the film did come out, it was going to be called, the album was supposed to be called Get Back, and everybody's twisting it around. But technically, it wasn't their last record, because the last record they really did was Abbey Road. But we'll talk about this and we'll learn together about some rock and roll history. Really quick, everybody, I got some unboxing to do. I was going to tell you, I had a busy day today. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to the one and only Kenny Vance. Kenny Vance came on the show, and where's his record over here? Vance 32, one of my favorite, Looking for an Echo. He is responsible for a lot of soundtracks that you might have listened to. Eddie and the Cruisers, American Hot Wax, which that was Jay Leno was on that show. Actually, Kenny also was part of Jay and the Americans, if you know This Magic Moment, Cala Mia, and we had a great discussion today. That show is in Patreon, so if you are a Patreon, please check it out. It's like an hour and maybe 30, I don't know how long. It's long, but if you want to see it unedited before I get my hands and make it my Let It Be, you could go over there and watch it, because I'm not going to be showing the whole thing over here. We are also, everybody, for you new people out here and the old people, if you can catch us all the time on YouTube, please subscribe to Artists on Record. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio. Check us out. Links are in our description below. Let me prepare this for you guys over here, because we are live. Really quick. It was the 12th and final studio album, okay? It was released May 8th, 1970. 1970, right? Almost a month after the Beatles broke up. That's right. Paul McCartney was basically calling the shots on this, and there was a little problems. They were grown. Some people say, was it Yoko that broke up the Beatles? Was it this? I think it was just time. But they had a lot of great guest musicians on there. You had on keyboards, you had Billy Preston on there. I mean, he really made a sound over there. And if you guys don't know about the famous Rooftop, that was the Beatles' last public concert. And that was on January 30th. That's right. And on January 30th, the Beatles did go to the Rooftop. Now, check this out. I got to go to the spot. Let me share some pictures with you over here. This is Stefan a couple of years ago. Kid, why are your comments still up there? Don't hawk me China. Let's get rid of him. All righty. All right. Hold on a second. All righty. There's Deb. Look at Debbie smiling. It's like I took her to London with me right there. All righty. Now, you see where my handsome face is? Right above on top, that is the famous Rooftop right there. And then this picture on the right side, that is the entrance. It's an Abercrombie Finch. It's a store. That's right. It's a clothing store. Now, in the basement there is where the Beatles started to do their recording for this album, right there. And it's wild. Each floor was the Beatles' offices on top. And it's wild that it's a clothing store. So when you walk through the door, this is the first thing you do see. You could see my reflection on the left-hand side. June 22nd, it says 68, the Beatles purchased 3 Savile Row. They actually had a clothing store where Jenny Boyd worked there as well. And that's another interview that we did over there. But look at the vinyl, the guitar. And then on the right-hand side, you can see the clothes that they sell from Abercrombie Finch. That is the children's department past there, and there's a staircase. And there's a vlog of it on Coffee Talk, and I'll be putting that in here too to show you more details. Check it out.
By Charles Hawtrey and the Deaf Aids.
Now, Sunday Drive. And now this song, two of us, if you guys know about it, it was one of the first songs that John Lennon and Paul McCartney did pen together. That's right. They penned that song together when they were young, when they first started out, and it was them just taking a trip, just running around, and they revisited back later on right here. It's great song. Okay, now let's see on that number 2, Dig a Pony, which is a great one of John Lennon's written songs that he brought to the table for the sessions. Let's check it out. It's a good riff. 3 tracks were recorded live from the rooftop performance, and one was I've Got a Feeling, one after 909, and Dig a Pony. Okay.
Yes, you can celebrate anything you want.
What a great, like Lennon's tone. It's so cool. It is so cool. Now, originally, the song was going to be called All I Want Is You. Okay. But Lennon said the song was a piece of garbage. And pretty funny. He was so he thought he had an awful voice, but he did not like this song. It was written for his soon-to-be wife, Yoko Ono.
Well, you can radiate everything.
The song was one of this song was one of the songs on the Let It Be recorded at the rooftop concert with an assistant holding up Lennon's lyrics for him as a cue. But it begins with a false start with Ringo yelling, "Hold it," which you hear at the beginning, "Hold it," to halt the other band members because he was putting out his cigarette and had both of his drumsticks in his right hand. We got Across the Universe, another Lennon song. Now, the song first appeared on 1969 various artists. It was a charity compilation from an album called No One's Gonna Change Our World. And later, in a different form, on their 1970 album, Let It Be, the group finally released this song on that. A lot of people covered this song, and guess who? Can you guys guess who else covered this song? Let's see. Who else? Who else covered it? It was David Bowie. That's right. On his 1975 album, Young Americans. That's right. Which John Lennon donated his time to that recording. How good is that? One night in 67, the words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. It came to Lennon after listening to the voice of his then wife, Cynthia. What about that? The voice of his then wife, Cynthia Lennon. I was lying next to my first wife in bed, and I was irritated, and I was thinking, listen, Deb Smith, he was irritated and thinking, listen. She must have been going on and on about something, and she said, gone to sleep, and I kept hearing these words over and over, flowing like an endless stream. I went downstairs and turned it into a sort of cosmic song rather than an irritated song, rather than, why are you always mouthing off at me? John Lennon. I mean, first of the month, we do a vinyl showdown on the first Saturday of the month, but I think next month we're going to do the second week, I think, because of holidays. You can come on and win some vinyl from us and have a good time. We give it away. We always change up the prizes. Last winner, Eric Bacharach, took down The Kid, and he walked away with some Chet Baker on vinyl, which is a beautiful thing. Now, here, check this out. Here's a picture I found on the internet of the original Beatles album cover from Let It Be. I want to share this with you guys. Now, originally, look at the left and right. There's 2 different copies over there, and let me show you what's going on. You see they're wearing different outfits, but look at Lennon, Harrison, McCartney. It was the Beatles Get Back, and it was Get Back with Don't Let Me Down and 9 Little Songs. And then they had another album cover on the far right. Look at the Apple label over there. Let It Be. And then they changed it with, is it 10? I can't see the blue. But that was the original album cover. And I didn't really realize that was the original album cover, because that album cover, I always, right here, let me share this with you. Deb Smith made me drop my records. See that? She put the voodoo on us. Okay. Originally, the first time I seen that, well, this was the 62, 66. They released this after the Beatles. They broke up, but they took this from their original record that they did with Please Please Me. But how they did this cover, which I love. So I never realized this was going to be the Let It Be album cover or Get Back. But now they are using this picture for the promo for the new movie. But I would stare at this cover. I mean, it's pretty cool. Look how they, and think about this, from 62 to about 1969, but they say 70. But it's pretty wild how they just aged in a short time. But think about all the music these guys did in that short time. I mean, it really, truly does not get better than them. It's incredible. Okay, let's put that back and let's listen to some more music. I hope you're having a good time here. It's pretty cool. Okay. All righty. Now let's go to the next track over here, everybody. Bear with me over here. Next track is We Did Across the Universe, I'm Me, Mine. Now, John Lennon in the film, you can see he showed little interest. Instead of playing, he waltzed with Yoko Ono. They were dancing, if you remember, while the other Beatles were rehearsing the song. So it's kind of like a smack in the face to George. And the movie, which I'm dying to see, and I can't wait for it to come out on Disney, they're going to have another twist, because the original movie was kind of dark. It was the end of the Beatles. It broke our hearts. We didn't want our band to leave us, but they were going separate ways. They had new women. They just were going just, that's it. That's it. It's like high school. Are you friends with half the people that you went to high school with? Not really. Okay. Now we got Dig It. Got Billy Preston on organ. What a great thing. It was a jam that Lennon sings the main lyric on that. And there's little parts of Harrison, while Paul McCartney's, at the time, stepdaughter, his daughter, it was Heather from Linda's first marriage. She's over there. She's adding words as well. And that is that. And Lennon begins to repeat like a Rolling Stone, then goes into his famous persons part, like the FBI, the CIA, the BBC, B.B. King and Doris Day, and Matt Busby. And it fades into this song right here.
The angels come.
Title track, Let It Be. It was released March 6, 1970.
When I find myself.
McCartney for their partnership. Alrighty. The single version of the song produced by George Martin. It features a softer guitar. Later on, Phil Spector ended up taking up the sessions, and he recorded and tried to do a wall of sound. It's funny, there's a lot of different versions of this album out. At the time, it was the highest debut on the Billboard Hot 100, beginning its chart run at number 6, eventually reaching to the top. It was the Beatles' final single before Paul McCartney announced departure from the band. And you get chills when you think about this.
There is still a chance that
They have come to an end.
let it be. Let it
It was Lennon that wanted to leave, but McCartney, he got the last word in. Riff later on between Lennon and McCartney. McCartney said he had the idea of Let It Be after he had a dream about his mother during a tense period surrounding the sessions of the Beatles' White Album in 1968. McCartney's mother, her name was Mary Patricia McCartney, died of cancer in 1956 when he was 14 years old. In rehearsing the song with the Beatles in January 1969, in place for the Mother Mary lyric, McCartney would sing Brother Malcolm. Which was a reference to the Beatles' assistant, Mal Evans. McCartney said later, it was great to visit her again. I felt very blessed to have that dream. So that got me writing Let It Be. It will be all right. His mother was telling him, just let it be. When asked the phrase Mother Mary in the song referred to the mother of Jesus, McCartney replied that listeners can interpret what they want, but it is his mother. Harrison overdubbed a new guitar solo on the best take on the 31st of January, then another one on the 4th of January. And don't forget, we have more interviews in the can that I need to put out there. John Sebastian from Love and Spoonful. That's right. That'll be coming up. And we have Kenny Vance coming up. And then we're going to have over here our new friend Phil Volk from Not Magical Mystery Truck, Paul Revere and the Raiders, okay? And also find us all on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Artist on Record. We are changing the name of the channel, Artist on Record, but the game show is the same. It's called Talking Wax. That's right. Let's listen to my vinyl live. That's the show, Talking Wax, the playlist for the vinyl games, everybody. All right, let's go back to the show, everybody. Next song we got on the track before I got all crazy and excited after Let It Be. God, it's a track on the record you don't want it to go away because you don't want the Beatles to end. And all of us are still looking for more and more. You can't get enough of the Beatles. You love them so much. Now, before we go to the next track, I want to show you something on my vinyl here. I want to thank the guys over there at Gig Harbor Audio over there, and they're really cool guys over there. Now, there's a couple of things that I saw here. This is the Phil Spector, and it's a little beat up. It's old. This is the original one that's Phil Spector. But if you look over here, and let me see if my light can pick it up there. The one person did guess it right. She knew what record this was for a person that doesn't like the Beatles. If you look over here, so like engraved right there. Let's see. It says Phil and Ronnie, which is for Phil Spector and Ronnie Spector, Ronnie from the Ronettes. That's right. So if you have a copy of it, you're not going to be able to see. To know if you have a legit copy, not a bootleg, you'll see that. And then you'll see a little triangle, a little engraved right over there with something in the middle. That'll show that you don't have a bootleg. So if you're curious to see if you have the original, make sure you look in these little parts here. And that good stuff will show over there, okay? Some little knowledge that I learned, and I share my knowledge with you guys, okay? Let's go to Maggie Mae over here, everybody. It's a folk song. Now, this is a traditional Liverpool folk song about a prostitute who robbed a homeward bounder, a sailor coming home from a round trip. Now think about that. How many people in the chat knew that this song was about a prostitute who robbed a homeward bounder, a sailor coming home from a round trip? Pretty funny, huh? That's right. It was in this back then when the Beatles were starting out. Skiffle is a type of music, and they were into skiffle music. And this is a version from the late 1950s. All righty. In 1964, the composer Lionel Bart, the creator of the musical Oliver, used the song and its backstory of a musical set around the Liverpool docks. The show, also called Maggie Mae, ran for 2 years in London. And in 1970, a version of the song performed by the Beatles was included on Let It Be.
Part of Liverpool, did it turn me to £2.10 a week, that was my pay.
The part of Liverpool did it turn me to £2.10 a week. That was my pay. And it's all gone from there. Poor guy. Funny song. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. What do we got over here? Let's check it out. We're going to turn the record over, everybody, right here. If you don't mind, let's turn it over. Before we turn it over, let's go into the chat over here. All righty. Jeff Kidd's leaving. Jeff Kidd, good night. Jeff Kidd heard prostitute. He was like, I'm out of here. I don't want the wife to know I'm listening to this shenanigans. It's Friday night, Jeff. We could go wild and crazy. All right, everybody, let's go over here to side 2, okay? Side 2, the other side of the apple. That's right, the apple, the red side, the inside over here. All righty, over here we got the beautiful song, which is I've Got a Feeling. Was recorded on January 30th, 1969 during the Beatles' rooftop concert. It's a combination of 2 unfinished songs. That's right, unfinished songs. Paul McCartney's I've Got a Feeling and John Lennon's Everybody Had a Hard Year. The song features Billy Preston on electric piano. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 after 9 and 9, we have the wonderful lead vocals on this one. Check it out. The Long and Winding Road. May 1970, a month after the Beatles breakup. It became the group's 20th and last number one hit on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in the United States. No drops. This is just love. The Hucklebuck. And on the famous rooftop, this is where the police enter Savile Row. January 30th, the police speak to Mal Evans. They turn off Lennon and Harrison's amps. And that was the end of that. What a session, huh? Just the history and the stories behind this. It really is incredible. Really is. Wow. Heavy. Well, I'm glad you guys all liked it, and I had the pleasure to, spending my night with you guys and listening to Let It Be. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was a good time, but you guys make it really good. And we do a little banter with each other, and if I went a little too hard on people here, it's the love. That's what we do. We joke, we laugh, we banter. The Beatles, number one. I can't wait for this to come out. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be a wonderful Thanksgiving. I want you guys all be safe. Have a good time. Spend it with your family. Let's see what's over here. This is, when the movie comes out, we'll talk more about it. But until then, I will be here tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live. That's right. We're going to go live and we'll talk about something else. Spend a little time. I might as well give you. It's the holiday weekend's coming up. So let's have a good time over here. John, good to see you over here. Maui, I am with you. I love this song. Arrived. Deb Smith, you arrived. Congratulations. Have a great night, everybody. We love you. It was rough. We've been rough on poor Deb Smith, but we converted her. She loves the Beatles, and we love her. All right, everybody. I love you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support. Check out the links. We got great stuff in Patreon. We got stuff coming up. Until then, we will see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live. Please be there, share, and remember one thing. It's only rock and roll, everybody, and we do like it. Bye. Talking wax, all right. Wax. Talking wax. And then find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. And remember, click on something over here that you might enjoy. Until then, I'll see you all later. Big love and hugs to you guys. All righty? Who loves you, baby? We do. I'll see you then.